Hey guys, welcome back to the third exoskeleton update. I apologize for the lack of updates in the last few weeks. I've just been really busy working on the exo and schoolwork. Lots and lots of schoolwork because it sucks. So new things. The frame I can now attach to the exoskeleton using these pieces right here. They slide in, and so you can wear the armor separately from the frame itself, so you can be able to take it on and off quickly, which I think will add for more versatility. So right now I'm working on a mount. So instead of mounting the compressor here, where it's going to stick out farther, it's going to mount here, where it'll have better CG and better center of mass. So a few other things. I got that printing here. So this designed it a few minutes ago actually. But I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, these pieces are new. I attached the tank to the frame now. Even though it's 3D printed, they're actually pretty strong. I ran them through a simulation on Fusion 360. They can each hold like 250 pounds or something like that before snapping. These are all the old tests and models and redesigns. So the story of these was originally to have the tank sit horizontal. I mean, not horizontal, vertical on the frame like this. But center of gravity was horrible and I fell backwards. And it ripped the screws out of this piece and the other piece over here. So this, I don't know where it went. It's somewhere over here. But another piece. And so I haven't worked much on the arms, just mainly because I've been working on the frame itself and mounting everything. So I'm gonna run through a quick few ideas that I have. So I'm gonna run you guys through a couple of ideas that I've had and have and want to do. But first I want to explain my end goal. I have 2.5 years till I finish high school. I want to get somewhere near this. This year I'm planning to build the exoskeleton itself. Next year it's armor time. And I have a few other ideas to work on for power systems. But here's the layout I currently want to do for the exoskeleton. So here, this side view, we have the tank at the bottom, battery pack, the compressor, fans to cool the battery pack and compressor, and then the switches up at the top. This is the internal layout. And then looking at it again, I moved some things around, putting the battery on top and of the fans, so they're still cooled, but it gives you more space for the compressor, and then you won't have the chance of the compressor overheating, heating up the batteries, and the batteries exploding. And so with the tank here, you can have the outputs down at the bottom. And then for the external, I'm going to have an exhaust fan at the top and an intake fan that is filtered at the bottom to minimize dust. So we're going to have the outputs here, pressure gauge slash battery level. On the back also I'm going to have a gauge on the arm so you can see, and then a sheet metal like shell around it, and then exhaust fans on both sides of that. So this is going to be what it looks like from the back, and I want to put in an Iron Man arc reactor just for decoration because it's going to look really cool. Switches, pressure gauge, battery percent, and then this cutout part here is going to be for the tank because the tank kind of sticks out on both sides. And that's about it. So going back to earlier, when I first designed the tank, I had two pieces up here at the top, but my printer is not big enough to print those pieces that I needed, and they wouldn't have been very strong. And then again, it was the vertical design. V2 kept the vertical design, but it brought in struts. Struts were great. They were way strong enough to handle it, but it sucked. The CG and the center of mass was horrible. Center of gravity is CG. So with the new version that's over there now, I have it horizontal, and it's more in center of mass, center of gravity. It has better balance, stronger than the previous ones, and less strain on the user's body because you don't have to lean forward. I'm trying to think what else. So this is the part that I'm printing right now. It's going to be this piece that's going to hold the compressor over the tank. Except a slight change, this piece now rests on top of the tank, so it takes the pressure off of the part itself, and I don't have to have this piece. Except for stabilization, which I'm probably going to do. And anything else I want to share? Some smart glasses ideas for a heads-up display for the exoskeleton. Some previous designs. Pretty decent drawing, if I do say so myself, of the exoskeleton and what I plan to do. So clips, tank, arm, and then the back of the arm. Also, I had another idea. Since I want to make it so modular, I want to be able to change out and take off the pneumatic cylinders to have more freedom for when you're not using the exoskeleton to lift things. So with a C-clip, I can weld it onto the frame, and that would allow me to take the cylinders on and off pretty quickly. Anything else important? No. So, some exoskeleton weapon ideas. So, end goal. Alright. So, the next big news, well, probably the biggest news, besides my epic new haircut, is I got a welder, finally. Oh, wait, where's the little... I had a little cover over it. I think this is it. Yeah. But it is a MiG 140 from Harbor Freight, the titanium welder series. And I'm going to show off my first weld. It works great, except it keeps tripping breakers. Where is it? There it is. So, hiding down here. First weld ever. No prior experience. The middle one's the best. The other two, the breakers kept tripping, and I would only get to weld for like 7 seconds. Back to my room. So, my mom ordered so many packages that we couldn't even get out the front door, so we had to go around, move the boxes, and then stack, and then open the door and then stack them in here, and I built a little box fort out of them. Then back up the stairs. I go up 2 stairs at a time because it's just quicker, and I don't have time to go up just 1 step at a time. I feel like there's a life metaphor for that. Probably. Something like that, maybe. Go up 2 steps at a time in life. Copyright Freefall Industries. Well, that's about it for now. I'll let y'all know if there's anything else major. I sent a few... I'm trying to get a few quotes from some fabrication companies on making these pieces, this one and this one specifically, out of metal, and maybe these, because they're going to be way stronger. So, I'll update y'all later. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful rest of the weekend, or whenever you're watching this, rest of your week. Don't cheat on tests. It's not worth it.